got a 9-liner that this patient was coming in. This was a soldier who had suffered a blast injury.
We had very little time to prepare. As soon as we found out that he came in, we got a quick handover in terms of his injuries. So basically he had some abdominal injuries and some chest injuries.
We embedded ourselves into the Australian resuscitation team, and as soon as the patient arrived, we got a cursory report from the medics. Then we began our trauma evaluation.
You want to come over left leg.
That's it.
He has burns to his face, he has a fractured left femur.
Planning to hang around,
Back,
or are you going to go back over?
Let's finish the secondary survey.
It was fairly clear from the 9-liner that he was going to need to go to theatre. So pretty quickly the patient got brought into that far cubicle over there, and one of the medics had already put in a dressing over his abdomen, and he had bruising to the left side of his chest, but he was conscious, his airway was intact. A quick fast scan showed that he had a hemopneumothorax of the chest on the left-hand side, and so he was going to need a chest tube for that.
Take a deep breath.
And he also had a large blast wound on his left leg with a tourniquet applied.
Hurts in his leg.
As soon as we get him stabilised, we'll take him to theatre straight away.
Really, it was a matter of saying, well, we know we're going to have to operate on his abdomen, and he's going to need an intercostal catheter, and those were the two priorities, and we were going to deal with them in theatre. So without too much more mucking around here, but we got him to theatre as quickly as we could.
Okay, nice and slowly, guys.
Small bowel area, small bowel meaty.
So we were warned by the resus room that this patient had arrived. This allowed us to plan. We knew they had a penetrating injury to the abdomen. We knew that they had internal bleeding, and that gave us an idea of what we would need to set up in terms of our resources and our surgical packs.
You also cross-clamp that. Thank you very much. We got it back.
And this gives us a capacity which is very similar to a civilian hospital. It's certainly equivalent to any hospital that I've seen on deployment.
Having a hospital set up like this becomes very realistic. You can quickly get past the point where you're working in a simulated environment, and it all becomes real. And interspersed with this, of course, is the greater exercises out there. There are thousands of people running around with tanks and so on in the bush, and they are really hurting themselves and they are really getting sick. So there's this mix of simulated patients and real patients, but putting it all together, what I'm really enjoying about it is just such a wealth of knowledge and learning that I can gain from these people.
We've established some excellent relationships, not just in terms of professional relationships, but as friends and colleagues.
Exiting the resus bay, take one. Action.